For weeks, whispers have been swirling online. Claims that one of hip-hop's most outspoken stars might be facing a health crisis that could change everything. Sexyy Red, the unapologetic rapper who built her career on bold lyrics and even bolder personality, suddenly found herself at the center of a storm she never expected. And while the internet scrambled to piece together the truth, one name kept surfacing in the chaos: Boosie. But the real story behind these rumors is far messier and far more explosive than most people realize. Born and raised in St. Louis, Sexyy Red didn't just step onto the rap scene. She crashed through the door with a sound and image that demanded attention. Her breakout hit, Pound Town, wasn't just a song. It was a viral moment that spread across TikTok, Instagram, and every corner of social media. Almost overnight, she became one of the most talked about new artists in hip-hop. But it wasn't just the music that had people debating. Sexyy Red quickly earned a reputation for her unapologetically raw persona. She rapped openly about topics most artists danced around, pairing explicit lyrics with a style that left nothing to the imagination. To her fans, she was refreshing. Finally, a woman in rap saying exactly what she wanted, with no filter. To her critics, she was too much, too loud, too outrageous. And that's exactly why she stayed viral. Every interview, every social media post, every performance turned into a headline. Love her or hate her, ignoring her was impossible. But just as her fame skyrocketed, the rumors that followed her grew even louder. Just as Sexyy Red's career was reaching new heights, the spotlight turned harsh. Rumors began spreading that she had allegedly exposed multiple rappers, including names as big as Chief Keef, Drake, and even Boosie, to a serious STI. None of the claims were backed by proof, but the whispers were enough to set social media on fire. It didn't help that Sexyy Red posted a string of cryptic messages online, hinting at health struggles without ever saying exactly what was going on. Screenshots and half-clues spread like wildfire, with fans dissecting every word for hidden meaning. Then came the story that she'd been spotted at a hospital. Suddenly, speculation turned into panic. For her supporters, the concern was real. Was their favorite rapper facing something life-threatening? For her critics, it was more fuel for the fire, with accusations that she was reckless, careless, and dragging others down with her. But as the internet debated whether this was gossip or reality, Sexyy Red's own reaction only made things more chaotic. When the whispers about a dangerous Stank STI reached a fever pitch, Sexyy Red's reaction sent the internet into overdrive. Instead of calming the storm, she fueled it with emotional posts that hinted at betrayal and fear. Fans claimed she appeared panicked, suggesting the situation was far more serious than anyone first thought. Then came the bombshell. Word spread that she was pointing the finger at Boosie. According to online chatter, Sexyy Red hinted that he played a role in the mess surrounding her health scare. Instantly, the drama went from gossip to full-blown chaos. Social media erupted. Some users rushed to defend her, saying she was being targeted by haters looking to tear her down. Others accused her of shifting blame to protect her own image. The comment sections lit up with debates, memes, and heated arguments, turning her personal crisis into a public spectacle. But if Sexyy Red thought the blame game would silence the rumors, she was wrong. Because Boosie wasn't about to sit quietly while his name got dragged into the fire. Sexyy Red once confidently dubbed herself the modern-day Boosie, a comparison that caught Boosie's attention, and he didn't reject it. When asked, he said he felt she was giving me my flowers, and even admitted he saw similarities in their unapologetic, ratchet authenticity. "She kinda right," he remarked, noting that audiences respect that raw, fearless energy, even if they don't necessarily like it. He went on to say that, like him, she comes from the trenches and simply is who she is, a persona that resonates with many. But when the rumors of a serious STI scandal broke and fingers pointed toward him, Boosie's tone shifted, or rather went silent. Despite multiple clips making rounds online with exaggerated headlines suggesting he claimed to have been infected by Sexyy Red, no clear public statement or verified confirmation ever came directly from Boosie himself. Most of what spread across social media was speculation, TikTok commentary, and clickbait-style gossip, not concrete interviews or posts. So while he welcomed the comparison to his name and praised her rise, he never explicitly addressed the transmission rumors, leaving room for the chaos to continue swirling unchecked. If the rumors themselves weren't explosive enough, the internet's reaction took things to a whole new level. On Reddit, Twitter, and hip-hop forums, the backlash against Sexyy Red was brutal. Many accused her of being a poor representation of women in rap, claiming the industry was using her as a stereotype for quick profit. One viral Reddit thread even went as far as saying, "Sexyy Red is absolutely a minstrel show. Just another clone they create to push a caricature instead of real talent." The criticism didn't stop there. Another wave of commenters ripped apart her artistry, calling her music unlistenable and her delivery sloppy. "Her music doesn't sound good. Her delivery is trash," one user wrote, echoing a sentiment that spread across multiple threads. Hip-Hop's and XXL magazine covered the divide, pointing out how Sexyy Red had become one of the most polarizing figures in modern hip-hop. Still, it wasn't all hate. While some saw her as proof that the industry was exploiting shock value over skill, others argued that she was simply entertaining, bold, funny, and authentic in a way that made her relatable. For every critic labeling her trash, there was a fan calling her real. The split was clear. Was Sexyy Red a fearless new voice changing the game, or just another industry creation designed to spark controversy? But no matter which side people chose, one thing was certain: the drama wasn't slowing down anytime soon. Beyond the rumors and online chaos, Sexyy Red's rise has forced a bigger conversation about the rap industry, and especially about how sexualized Black women are portrayed. On Reddit and other forums, debates raged about whether she was being herself or whether the industry was pushing her into a cartoon-like persona just to generate clicks. Some argued that the way she's marketed plays straight into damaging stereotypes, reducing her to a caricature instead of highlighting her actual artistry. Others pointed out the double standards at play. Male rappers can flaunt wild behavior and hypersexual lyrics without the same level of scrutiny, but when a woman does it, especially a Black woman, the backlash hits harder. A few fans even questioned if Sexyy Red was in on the joke, intentionally leaning into a larger-than-life image to grab attention in an era where virality can make or break a career. But critics pushed back, saying that even if it's intentional, it reinforces a cycle where shock value is rewarded while real creativity gets ignored. In other words, the conversation around Sexyy Red isn't just about her. It's about the state of hip-hop itself, and whether the industry is uplifting new voices or exploiting them for profit. And while the debates raged on, one thing became clear: this story wasn't fading. In fact, what happened next would take the controversy to a whole new level. At the end of the day, the Sexyy Red saga isn't just about one rumor. It's about how quickly a scandal can spiral into full-blown public panic. From cryptic posts and hospital whispers to the shocking blame game that pulled Boosie into the spotlight, every twist left fans and critics scrambling for answers. Some saw a tragedy unfolding, others called it a reckless stunt, and plenty believed it was the perfect example of how the internet turns gossip into a feeding frenzy. What's undeniable is the tension at the heart of it all. A rising star fighting to control her image, while the world debates whether she's the victim of industry exploitation or the mastermind of her own chaos. So the question remains, is this a stunt, a tragedy, or the ultimate media meltdown? Tell us what you think.